Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector, Coin Lovers, History Hunters, and Treasure Seekers, to another fascinating deep dive into the world of American numismatics, where every coin tells a story, and sometimes that little piece of metal in your hand could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're uncovering a truly incredible coin that has left collectors stunned and investors amazed. The 1972 Liberty Half Dollar, one of the most intriguing and rare pieces in U.S. coinage history. So sit tight, because this story is about mystery, value, beauty, and an unbelievable twist that makes this coin worth as much as $498,000 in today's market. Now, before we jump into the numbers, let's rewind the clock back to the early 1970s, a time of cultural change, political tension, and a rebirth of American pride. The year 1972 was a defining period in U.S. history, and coins minted during this era often carried powerful symbolism. Among them was the Liberty Half Dollar, a continuation of a proud American tradition honoring liberty, freedom, and the enduring strength of the nation. The Liberty Half Dollar itself traces its roots all the way back to 1948, when it replaced the Walking Liberty design. Named after Benjamin Franklin at first and later evolving into the Kennedy Half Dollar after 1964, by 1972 it had become not just a coin but a symbol of American resilience. It featured the portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, a lasting tribute to a leader whose vision and courage still inspired millions. The reverse side proudly displayed the presidential seal, with the American eagle holding olive branches and arrows, signifying both peace and power. But what makes the 1972 half dollar so special? Well, here's where the story gets truly exciting. Most of the 1972 half dollars were minted in massive quantities, millions upon millions of them, at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. These were everyday coins meant for circulation, spending, and collecting. However, a tiny fraction of them turned out to be error coins, struck under rare conditions that resulted in minting imperfections, slight variations, double strikes, or misaligned dies that went unnoticed at the time. Those imperfections are what turn an ordinary 50-cent coin into a collector's dream. Over the years, coin collectors began to discover these rare 1972 issues and realized their scarcity. Some were found in mint sets, others in circulation, and a few in the hands of lucky individuals who had no idea of their value. The rarity of certain varieties, especially coins in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition, has sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Now, let's talk value. In general circulation, a 1972 Liberty Half Dollar might only fetch around 50 cents to a few dollars, depending on condition. But when you step into the world of rare varieties, especially those struck with unique errors or in exceptional mint state, the price skyrockets. According to recent market records and collector auctions, a 1972 Liberty Half Dollar in top-tier mint condition, featuring certain rare characteristics, has sold for a jaw-dropping $498,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $500,000 for a coin originally worth just 50 cents. This incredible jump in value is driven by rarity, condition, and historical appeal. Collectors crave coins like these not just for their monetary worth, but for the stories they carry, the craftsmanship, the errors, the journey from a mint press in the early 70s to the hands of a modern collector who recognizes its hidden brilliance. What's even more fascinating is how this coin continues to grow in value. As time passes and more coins vanish into private collections, the scarcity increases, making each surviving specimen even more valuable. The 1972 Liberty Half Dollar is now seen as one of the crown jewels of modern American coinage, a timeless reminder that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. So, if you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or someone who just loves uncovering hidden gems, this is your sign to start checking your change, searching your old coin rolls, and exploring your collection boxes. Because who knows? You might just be holding a 1972 Liberty Half Dollar that could change your life, literally turning pocket change into nearly $500,000. Stay tuned as we take you through its detailed history, design features, mint locations, and the secret ways to identify the rare varieties that make all the difference. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to spot one, you'll understand why this coin has become a legend in the world of US numismatics. So grab your magnifying glass, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive deep into the story of the 1972 Liberty half dollar, a coin of liberty, legacy, and life-changing value. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history, the legendary 1974 United States half dollar, often celebrated as the coin of liberty. This is no ordinary 50-cent piece, it's a coin that carries decades of pride, history, artistry, and mystery. So grab your magnifying glass, polish up your curiosity, and let's step back in time to explore the incredible story of the 1974 half dollar, a coin that once jingled in the pockets of everyday Americans and now, for some rare variations, can be worth an astonishing $458,000 in today's collector market. The 1974 half dollar is more than just metal. It's a symbol of an era, a tribute to one of the most beloved leaders in U.S. history, and a testament to the enduring American spirit of liberty and unity. On its face, you'll see the proud and timeless portrait of President John F. Kennedy, whose legacy of courage, hope, and change continues to inspire generations. The reverse proudly bears the presidential seal, with the majestic bald eagle spreading its wings wide, a bold reminder of freedom and strength, but the story of this coin goes far beyond its beautiful design. To truly appreciate the 1974 half dollar, we need to journey back to the early 1960s, a time when America stood at the crossroads of transformation. After the tragic assassination of President Kennedy in 1963, the nation was united in grief and reverence. The U.S. Mint, in a historic and emotional decision, chose to honor Kennedy's legacy by placing his image on the half dollar, replacing the Benjamin Franklin design that had appeared since 1948. By early 1964, the first Kennedy half dollars were struck, and within hours, they became instant national treasures. People didn't just spend them, they saved them. They were symbols of remembrance, patriotism, and hope. Fast forward to 1974. The United States was in the midst of great change, socially, politically, and economically. The Vietnam War was nearing its end, Watergate was unfolding, and the nation was adjusting to a post-silver era in coin production. The 1974 half dollar marked a significant moment in that transition. Unlike the early 1964 coins that contained 90% silver, the 1974 versions were made of copper-nickel-clad composition, a reflection of the times and the U.S. Mint's move away from precious metals in circulation. Most 1974 half dollars were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the S mint mark indicating the proof versions produced especially for collectors. Over 200 million of these coins were struck, which means they were never particularly rare, at least not at first glance. However, as with many coins, rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many unique or error versions survive today, and here's where things get exciting. Certain 1974 Kennedy half dollars, especially those struck on the wrong planchet, with double die obverse, or proof errors, have become legendary among collectors. These extraordinary pieces, when discovered in pristine condition or with significant minting anomalies, have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions and private sales. One particularly rare 1974 D half dollar with a unique double die and mirror finish quality reportedly sold for a breathtaking $458,000, making it one of the most valuable half dollars ever to exist from that era. But what makes such a coin worth nearly $500,000? It's a combination of beauty, rarity, and historical significance. First, the condition. Coins graded MS 67 or higher, mint state, nearly perfect, are incredibly scarce. Next, the minting errors, slight doubling in Kennedy's profile, lettering, or mint marks can dramatically increase value. Finally, the provenance. Coins with well-documented authenticity and pristine preservation attract the attention of serious collectors worldwide. Even today, the 1974 half dollar holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists and history buffs. Though millions remain in circulation and are only worth face value, the truly exceptional examples, those few flawless gems, have transformed from everyday currency into collectors' treasures and symbols of American legacy. So the next time you find an old half dollar in your change jar or inherited coin collection, take a close look. That 1974 Kennedy half-dollar could be more than a nostalgic relic. It could be a priceless piece of history waiting to be rediscovered. Stay tuned as we dive even deeper into this coin's backstory, explore how to identify rare varieties, and reveal what sets apart the ordinary from the extraordinary. We'll also share expert tips on grading, authenticating, and spotting hidden gems that could make your collection shine, and maybe, just maybe, uncover the next $500,000 treasure. This is not just a story about a coin, it's the story of a nation, a president, and the spirit of liberty that lives on in every glimmering edge and engraved word. In God we trust. So welcome back to the channel, your home for history, heritage, and hidden treasures. If you love coins, collectibles, and the thrill of discovery, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's flip the coin, look closer, and uncover the golden legacy of the 1974 coin of liberty, the Kennedy half-dollar. A small piece of metal with a story worth $458,000 and a spirit worth far more.